Hi, and welcome back to Beans and Bezels. In my opinion, Zelos is probably the most successful microbrand out there today. This also depends on how you define microbrand, but either way, they've been consistently putting out very popular watches that often sell out within a day or two. The owner, Elshan Tang, seems to have a sixth sense of being able to effortlessly navigate the microbrand waters, and has even helped launch a few other successful microbrands apart from Zelos. Getting to the Mako, I'm not a fan of bronze as a material. I love what it looks like, the almost rose gold aesthetic, but I'm not a fan of patina. But it isn't a secret that bronze watches have become extremely popular now, and I felt it would be a shame not to feature one on the channel. When I think of popular and successful bronze watches, Zelos automatically comes to mind, which is why I decided to purchase and review the bronze Mako version 3 in Hunter Green. These watches sold out within the first 24 hours, which is quite impressive considering around 200 of each colorway were released, and there were at least half a dozen different options. Let's check it out. The case is 40mm in diameter, 46mm from lug to lug, and 11.5mm tall, if you exclude the crystal. Excluding the case back, the entire case exterior is bronze and has an almost rose gold color to it that I really like. The lugs are very short and curve down slightly towards the wrist. This design decision makes it suitable for small and medium-sized wrists. The case and bracelet joint is almost flat, similar to some of the old Grand Seiko GS44s and the recent Mitch Mason Chronicle. I like this design and I think it works well with the rest of the case. There is a sign and loomed crown at the 4 o'clock position. The crown is also made of bronze, has sufficiently deep ridges and is easy to grip and operate. The crown is signed and loomed with C3 superluminova, but on close inspection the lume application isn't perfect and has a few missing spots. There's a 120 click unidirectional bezel that is also made of bronze with a bronze insert. All the elements on the insert are loomed with C3 and quite generously so. The bezel action is good and there isn't any backplay, but some clicks felt less tactile than others. The bezel teeth are well designed and the bezel is very easy to grip and operate. Flipping it over, you have a solid stainless steel case back with an embossed shark on it. Both the crown and case back screw into the case, and this watch is rated for up to 300 meters of water resistance, which is quite impressive given how compact the case is. The dial, as on most Zelos watches, has a lot going on. The base is textured with a swirl pattern and the color is almost metallic fume. The finishing on the dial base is good and the choice of colors is excellent. There is a black outer chapter ring that has Arabic numerals for every 5th increment and large white dots for the other markers. All these elements are loomed with BGW9 superluminova. You then have well-proportioned applied indices that are golden or polished bronze colored. These are generously filled with C3 superluminova, and the 3, 6, 9, and 12 markers are shaped like shark teeth, and the rest are circular. The finishing on these is good for the price, but I did notice a few blemishes on a few of them, mostly dirt and micro scratches. There is a date window at the 6 o'clock position that eats into one of the shark tooth indices, with a color-matched date wheel and white font. I love date windows at the 6 o'clock position, so this was a total win for me. The finishing around the window is excellent. The handset is simple and I'm glad it is because it allows the deep dial texture to come through nicely. The hands are very generously loomed and the double faceted design plays with light beautifully. The finishing on the hands is very impressive for the money. I was surprised to see lower quality finishing on the indices than on the hands. I usually see it the other way around on microbrands. Excellent stuff here. The seconds hand has a loomed element and a red tip that accents the red text on the dial perfectly. The seconds hand hovers over the chapter ring and makes timekeeping very easy. The lume on this watch is incredible. I've reviewed around 37 watches on this website so far, and this watch is in the top 3 for sure. Extravagant bicolor lume design aside, the lume is very bright and holds its charge well into the night. I have no idea what lume magic is going on at Zelos, but I hope they just keep doing what they're doing. The crown is also loomed and I think this is a very nice addition. Elshan definitely knows how to pamper his customers. This watch houses a miyota 9015 movement, a refreshing change after all the Seiko NH35s that come my way. I typically prefer miyota 9 series movements to their Seiko alternatives, with the only drawback being the rotor spinning noise and sometimes a gyroscopic feeling on the wrist. I'm very pleased to report that either intentionally or unintentionally, the current case design prevents the rotor from exerting any forces on your wrist, and is relatively quiet too. This watch was running at approximately +7 seconds per day over a 2-day period, which is more than reasonable for this movement. This watch is perfect for small and medium wrists and is very comfortable on my 6¼ inch wrist. The 40mm diameter, 46mm lug-to-lug width and 11.5mm height are all perfectly selected and I have no complaints whatsoever. The 105 gram weight is well balanced too and sits low on the wrist. The bronze Mako models ship with a tropic style rubber strap with signed bronze hardware. I enjoy rubber straps, so I had no complaints here. After spending a couple of days with this watch, I'm definitely a fan of what Zelos is doing. While bronze watches aren't particularly to my liking, I think it is an excellent watch for fans of the material. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better bronze diver for the price. The quality of components that you're getting is excellent, the build quality is good, the dial finishing and quality control is more than acceptable for a $400 Miyota 9015 equipped watch. I've heard reviewers and watch influencers call the Mako lineup the best dive watches under $500, and I'm not entirely sure I agree. They might not be the best, but in my opinion they're easily one of the best options for that budget. I will definitely look at featuring more Zelos watches here, so this will not be the last one you'll see. Once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to read the full-length review in the link below.